A Chinese Zen master of the 9th century CE, Dongshan Shochu, was once asked, "What is the Buddha?" And he spontaneously answered, 3 pounds of flax. Many philosophical debates have been hatched about the meaning of this reply, but fall short of the mark. From the Zen perspective, Dongshan was bringing the questioner into the reality of the now moment. The irrational answer of 3 pounds of flax extinguishes any idea of intellectual theorizing and speculation, which is the sole purpose of any great Zen Koan. A Koan is a story, dialogue, statement, and ultimately a riddle, which is used in Zen practice to provoke great doubt in the student's mind as a way of testing his progress. One of the oldest koans can be found in the Zhuangzi text, and this is why some scholars believe Zen Buddhism is a tradition built in part on Zhuangzi's wisdom. In this passage, he uses complete nonsense to puzzle our intellectual faculties so that we stand back in awe and are brought back to the ground of the irrational impartiality of life. There is a beginning. There is a not yet beginning to be a beginning. There is a not yet beginning to be a not yet beginning to be a beginning. There is being. There is non-being. There is a not yet beginning to be non-being. There is a not yet beginning to be a not yet beginning to be non-being. Suddenly, there is non-being. Wow. Trying to make sense of such a passage is impossible, and that's precisely the point. Actually, Zhuangzi is using humor in this passage because even in his day, people tried to use logic to understand the meaning of the universe and our existence, only to arrive at erroneous conclusions. Koans are famously employed by Zen masters to throw disciples back into the present moment, where process has no beginning or end because thinking has completely succumbed to the irrational. One such encounter with a Koan is described in a story in which a disciple was summoned to the Zen master's home. The master told the disciple that he wanted an exhibition of Zen tomorrow. Leaving the master's quarters, the disciple was confused about how he could put together such an exhibition. That whole night he tossed and turned in bed, anxious about how to please the master. The next day, on the way to the master's home, the disciple was still fretting about the problem when he saw a frog that is unique to Japan. Aha, he thought, and he took the frog to the master's house. When he arrived, the master asked, "So can you exhibit Zen to me?" In reply, the disciple showed him the frog. The master gave a slight smirk and said, "Nope, too intellectual." In other words, his exhibition was too contrived, too well thought out. The very thinking about it thwarted the project. To answer the master somewhat authentically in this regard requires no thinking, as Zen is the natural spontaneity of the universe in the eternal now. So to exhibit Zen is not to worry about it, because Zen is life. When you try to give a logical, intellectual explanation to such a reality as trust, we lose sight of its significance in our own experience. Many masters, past and present, such as Dongshan Shochu and Zhuangzi, have had no time for philosophical debate about the reality of Tao. They would rather give you a direct experience of it so you can taste it for yourself. When we step outside of all the learning we cling to, we come back into that sense of unity.